Good morning. As Mace Bearer of the University of New England, I hereby declare the 2012 University of New England commencement exercises open. Please join me in listening to Maria Danetlis, the UNE class of 2012, as she sings America the Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for pilgrim feet whose stern impassioned stress a thoroughfare of freedom beat across the wilderness. America, America, God mend thine every flaw. Confirm thy soul in self-control, thy liberty in law.
Thank you so much, Maria. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce Mr. Mike Morrell, the outgoing chairman of the University of New England's Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Dr. Carrero. Welcome. Will everyone please be seated? Good morning. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to welcome everyone to UNE's commencement ceremonies this morning, especially the family and friends of members of our graduating class that have traveled very far to be with us here today. So welcome everyone. I had the distinct pleasure of serving on the board of this fine institution for 10 years, and as chairman from 2009 to 2012. As a longtime resident of Biddeford, I've had the privilege of seeing UNE grow from its roots at St. Francis College, as the New England College of Osteopathic Medicine, as Westbrook College, to its current role as one of the leading institutions, not only in the state, but all in New England. I'm grateful to have served UNE during some remarkable growth times. In just the past 3 years, for example, we've seen the addition of 2 new colleges, and you can see them on the back of us, a beautiful new residence hall, the George and Barbara Bush Center, the big blue turf field that can be seen forever in the sky, and soon the Alphon Forum and a new campus in Morocco. You know, our physical campuses now reflect the caliber of students that we have, like you. Students, as I pass the reins to our new board chair, I look forward to hearing some good things about you and your continued successes as you move the next phase of your careers, your life. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce the new chair of the University Board of Trustees, Mr. Mark Dwyron. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Thank you, Mike. On behalf of the board, I want to express my gratitude for your service and will do my very best to continue the tremendous momentum attained by you and your leadership over the years. So thank you for that, Mike. I would also like to recognize all the trustees here today, especially those who are retiring from the board. I extend my personal thanks for your service to the University of New England. Please join me in recognizing them. Also, please join me in recognizing our guests here today, Congresswoman Shelley Pingree, Theodora Calico, and UNE President Emeritus Sandra Featherman. Commencement clearly is the high point of the academic year. It is a day of tremendous pride in our university, a pride that is born out of the accomplishments of our students, faculty, and staff, and by the knowledge that UNE is making a difference in the lives of young men and women who will go forth and serve our communities. For students, this sense of pride begins when they first step foot on campus and is nurtured by the connections they make throughout their time in the university through their graduate and professional experiences at UNE. It is also instilled by the leader of our university, President Danielle Rippich. It is through her vision, commitment, that UNE has attained the enviable reputation for academic excellence, which makes our graduates highly sought after. Please join me in welcoming the President of the University of New England, Dr. Danielle Rippich.
Thank you, Mark, for your kind words and for your service to the board, along with our departing chair, Mike Morrell. They really have provided and continue to provide wonderful leadership for us. Graduating students, families, all your supporters, members of the faculty, staff, administration, all of our trustees, and our very special guests, Congresswoman Pingree, President Theo Calico from UMaine Farmington, and President Emeritus Sandra Featherman, I offer you welcome to the University of New England's 2012 commencement. During the past week, each of our colleges has recognized its achievements in its own way, from Pennings to Hoodings. But this morning, we come together as one University of New England to share our accomplishments and grant degrees. During this season of commencement planning, I've been reflecting over the past few years on the growth that we've experienced during this journey, individually and collectively as a university. At the recent senior etiquette dinner, I sat with the officers from the senior class, and we talked about some of the changes in their lives over the past few years and their lives at UNE. It's truly been a remarkable period, and to consider the physical changes that have taken place at UNE. When you joined us just a few years ago, the university was poised to enter a period of unprecedented transformational growth, and so were you. We have been and are explorers, risk takers, innovators. To coin a phrase from the book, The Innovative University, we are disruptive innovators. When you think about the DNA of a university, what makes UNE what it is? What makes us truly unique? I believe it's our creative and entrepreneurial spirit. We aren't satisfied to just sit and bask in the glow of our achievements, although I think today is a good day to do a little bit of that, so we're gonna do some celebrating. We recognize and honor our strengths and our history, but we innovate with optimism for the future. At UNE, we're moving beyond the borders of the U.S. to embrace our increasingly global society that you all will be living in. We are building a new UNE campus in Morocco that will open in 2013. I recently returned from Spain, where I signed agreements with 2 universities, one in Seville and one in Granada. We are opening the world to our students and providing educational opportunities through these kinds of partnerships for our undergraduates and for our professional schools as well. Some of our graduating students today were pioneers in our program in Spain. Some of you studied or were involved in service learning in the Galapagos Islands, Ireland, Ghana, Greece, Peru. Others have traveled to Morocco, Mexico, Australia, Belize, Dominica, Kenya, Guatemala, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, and Brazil. Your UNE University education hasn't simply equipped you with the tools to respond to what's needed in your career or in even today's world, but to anticipate and imagine that which doesn't yet exist, a truly global society. So as you leave this place you have called home, I challenge you to be a disruptive innovator, a pioneer, in whatever path you have chosen. As you graduate today, I'm confident that you have had the experiences and the ability to become more than a participant, to become a leader in our rapidly evolving global society. Each year at graduation, I challenge our graduates to follow the words of Walt Whitman from his poem, A Passage to India. To steer for the deep waters only, to act boldly and take up the issues and causes worth fighting for. And so today I leave you with this message: to sail for the blue ocean, to move forward with clear and confident vision for your future. Of course, you couldn't have reached this goal of graduating today without people being there for you. You have had strong support from many different people, starting with those who have taught you and cared for you here. It is my distinct honor and pleasure every day to work with so many wonderful, outstanding individuals at our university. On this platform with me today are our Board of Trustees and our senior administrators, and I would like to ask them, as well as our faculty and our staff present today, to stand and be recognized for the contributions to the life of UNE and to the life of our students. Please join me in thanking them. I would also like to recognize some very special people who had a strong hand in molding you as caring, responsible people long before you arrived at the University of New England. Would the graduating students' parents please stand and be recognized? It's a good day for parents. And now the graduating students' grandparents, please stand and be recognized. And finally today, I'd like to ask for all of our students, spouses, partners, children, family members, and supportive friends, please stand and be acknowledged. Thank you all. A doctoral degree is the highest individual recognition bestowed by any institution of higher education. At the University of New England, our honorary doctoral degrees are awarded only to individuals of exemplary personal character and who meet specific standards. Today's recipients are highly qualified by any measure, and your printed program contains many of the impressive details about Theodora Calico and the Honorable Shelley Pingree. The Doctor of Humane Letters is awarded to an individual who has provided superior leadership and scholarly attainment in the fields of education, arts, the humanities. At this time, I invite Trustee Joseph Keneally to come to the podium and aid in conferring the Doctor of Humane Letters to Theodora Calico. Theodora Calico, as president of the University of Maine at Farmington since 1994, you have been a guiding force in Maine's educational and civic life. Under your leadership, you directed by your deep commitment to education, the University of Maine at Farmington. UMF has been nationally recognized as one of 20 model universities committing to maximizing its students' potential. In 2001, you were inducted into the Maine Women's Hall of Fame to honor statewide impact for your achievements and your effect on improving the lives of women in Maine. In 2006, you received the prestigious Deborah Morton Award presented by the Trustees of the University of New England to recognize outstanding women who have achieved high distinction in their careers and public service. In 2010, you co-founded the LGBTQ Presidents in Higher Education organization, a group that works on advocacy and diversity issues and also encourages gay academics to aspire to leadership positions. You have been a leader in environmental stewardship as evidenced by your early signing of the American College and University President's Climate Commitment. You have been awarded the Green Building Leadership Award from the Maine chapter of the U.S. Green Building Council for your pioneering role in advancing the use of environmentally responsible buildings in Maine and your efforts to make a clean energy campus a reality. In 2012, you were also honored for this work by the U.S. House of Representatives. You are actively engaged in an array of organizations, including the Maine Campus Compact, State Subcompact for Multicultural Affairs, and the Maine Economic Growth Council and the Finance Authority of Maine. We honor your longtime dedication and service to the students of our state, to the environment, and to higher education. Therefore, by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of New England, I do hereby confer upon you the degree of Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters with all the honors and privileges and responsibilities which here and everywhere pertain to this degree. The Doctor of Laws is awarded to outstanding individuals who have made exceptional contributions to the society through study of law or distinguished achievements in public service. At this time, I would like to invite Trustee Mike Morrell to come to the podium and assist in conferring the Doctor of Laws to Congresswoman Shelley Pingree. U.S. Representative Shelley Pingree, you were elected to Congress from Maine's 1st Congressional District in 2008. The first woman elected to Congress from this district, and with your election, Maine became the first state in American history to have women make up a majority of its congressional delegation. I'm going to say that again, yes. Born in Minnesota, you moved to Maine as a teenager and graduated from the College of the Atlantic in Bar Harbor in 1979. After college, you moved to the island town of North Haven, Maine, where you raised your family and established North Island Yarn, a cottage industry of local knitters. Your business flourished and became North Island Designs. You sold the business in 1993, and your experience as a small business owner has informed your life of public service. With your experience as a small businesswoman, a farmer, and a local public servant, you were approached to run for the state senate in 1991, and you won, serving 4 terms, including your role as majority leader. You served as a national president and CEO of Common Cause, a nonpartisan citizens activist group that helps citizens make their voices heard in the political process and holds elected officials accountable to the public interest. You have committed yourself to a career of public service to the people of Maine and to our country, influencing the important issues of health, education, the environment, and the economy. Therefore, by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of New England, I hereby confer upon you, Congresswoman Shelley Pingree, the degree of Honorary Doctor of Laws with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Yes. It is now my great pleasure to introduce the University of New England's newest honorary degree recipient and our commencement speaker today, Congresswoman Shelley Pingree.
Well, thank you very much for honoring me, but for mostly allowing me to be here with you on your special day. This is truly an honor. I understand that politicians have a very low approval rating, so to include me today is very special for me, and I'm thrilled to be here. I also want you to know I am a huge fan of the University of New England. Your president, your administrators, your staff, your trustees, your instructors, and of course, all of you, so many wonderful graduating students. Some of you have come to visit me, whether it's in Washington or in Portland, and we've had the opportunity to discuss everything from the School of Pharmacy and Dentistry, coming down the line, to the other challenges of expanding the university, but also to talking about the future of healthcare through the eyes of medical students and many of your instructors. I've been thrilled to meet many of you along the way. It's very impressive for me to look at a list showing all the diversity of graduates and the many careers you will be taking on, from physician to social worker to athletic trainer to biologist and groundfish observer. Some of you I know grew up in Maine, and we are very happy you chose to stay in the state and receive your education here. Others of you have come to Maine from almost every state and from countries as near as Canada and as distant as Mongolia. We are really proud to have known that you've studied here in Maine. You've enriched us all, and we hope that many of you choose to stay, become a long-term part of your communities, and raise your families and work your career here in Maine. You will forever be valued and appreciated by all of us. I also want to thank you for honoring me today with an advanced degree. That's really a privilege, and I will display it very proudly. I'm also excited to say that this was a fairly quick path to an advanced degree. As far as I can tell, a 10-minute speech and I've got a doctorate. To be honest, it took me about 6 years to finish up my undergraduate degree, so life is moving fast, a little bit more at the pace I'm looking forward to. Perhaps there are a few of you in this room who've had a similar college timeline to me. My college career had a little interruption named my first daughter, Hannah. I was studying human ecology and organic farming at the College of the Atlantic when Hannah was born. And after that, I moved to the island of North Haven, about 75 miles north of here, as you may have heard. The island's been my home for 40 years. There I have been a mom, a farmer, owned more than one small business, and been a politician, doing everything from chairing the local school board to now serving as a member of Congress. I represent Camden to Kittery, including your campus, and feel very fortunate to do what I do today. It's customary for graduation speeches to talk a little bit about wisdom as you move on in your life or some ideas to move you forward. And I decided today not to give you the wisdom of Washington, D.C., but really to go back to the island where I've spent most of my life. Frankly, it's where I've learned many of my life lessons in teaching. I often say to people, everything I needed to know about politics, I learned by living on an island or a small community. So I want to share a few of my life lessons with you as you head off on your life with a new degree. Some life lessons, frankly, are just so simple, but they can make a huge difference. One of my favorites is that you should never pass up a chance for a good conversation. When you live on an island, by necessity, you have an hour-long ferry ride to get to and from the mainland, as we call it. I often need to go in, find a seat in the cabin. I've been doing that for over 40 years, and I never quite know who I'm going to sit next to, frankly, friend or foe. But more than once, I've been so glad that it was a neighbor who I never got to speak to enough, or an older person who I hadn't seen much who was on their way to the doctor or the dentist, and I got a chance to talk to them on the long ride. In those conversations that I didn't expect, I've learned about the history of the island, I've gotten good suggestions for books to read, laid the groundwork for business opportunities. Frankly, in life, there is never anyone you sit next to who isn't worthy of your conversation and doesn't have wisdom to impart. It's the simplest and most humble form of education. One of my other lessons is never, never leave a conflict unresolved. You will always regret it later. Frankly, I wish more of my colleagues in Washington had learned this lesson from the island. In our town, we govern through the annual town meeting. For those of you who are from New England, you know that this is one of the most traditional and purest forms of government and still the governing practice of many rural towns in New England. For us, it occurs on the second Saturday in March. There are always homemade donuts and coffee, a potluck lunch with beans at noontime, and we vote on every possible item that is included in our annual budget and elect all the politicians who will govern us for the coming year, from the Board of Selectmen to the Recreation Council. Now, it can get downright heated, as we call it, ugly in the state of Maine, when people disagree on everything from how well the road commissioner did plowing the snow and ice to whether the taxes should be raised to replace a wing in the school. But the truth is, when people have a say over how their community is governed, the debates can be fierce. But in the end, there is always a vote, we make a decision, and we move on to the next item. We've had a few big fights and divides that have lasted for more than a month or two, but in the end, we are all reminded that you can't fight too long with the plumber if you need him to fix your pipes next time they're frozen in the winter. And you can't stay angry at the parents of your daughter's best friend if she wants to have a play date. In the end, every conflict has to come to an end if we're all going to see each other each day, and that's how we should treat every conflict in our life. Speaking of town meeting, one of the most important decisions we make in our town every year is about health care. And since so many of you are future medical practitioners, and thank you very much for that, I want to explain to you how I came to believe that everyone was entitled to universal access to health care and that the government should play a role. And I learned that through my experiences of living on an island of 350 people. Because we are such a small town, it would be very difficult for a medical practitioner, a physician, a nurse, or a PA to set up a practice with so few patients and make it pay. On the other hand, for generations, people in our community have known that they don't want to take the risk of living in a community where there is no medical care. Being an hour away by ferry means that the nearest hospital or clinic means that a local full-time physician, currently we're served actually by a PA, is critical to our community's survival. So we provide a doctor or a practitioner with a subsidy to make sure they can afford to stay. And I don't have to tell you, to make sure many of them can afford to pay off their college loans. So every year, part of our annual votes include the amount of the doctor's salary, as well as any maintenance or improvements on the clinic or the doctor's house. And in fact, we add in a little extra to make sure that if someone comes to the clinic in need of help but doesn't have insurance or can't afford to pay, their care is covered as well. So here I am in a town that was first settled in the 1700s, historically a Republican community of fishermen and farmers who frankly operate a system of socialized medicine and virtually always have, and they'll never have it any other way. My years on the island have also taught me that we can be strong environmentalists and entrepreneurs as well. I observed the islanders' treatment of our natural environment, and it's a strong contrast to my observation of the political world. In politics, people frequently portray the agencies that make environmental laws as evildoers who just want to cause us pain. But I have seen in my own community that our relationship to the environment is critical to our survival. We are situated on a piece of land that is 3 miles by 11 miles wide, and people know all too well that we wouldn't survive without an abundant supply of fresh water. So a couple of decades ago, we stopped dumping our trash where it might interfere with the quality of the groundwater, and we restricted swimming and boating on our freshwater pond. And no one knows better than the fishermen in our town that if a pollutant travels from land into the ocean, it would have a serious impact on our lobsters and clam. So long ago, we pooled our resources and built a plant to treat our sewage, rather than risk the loss of our livelihood. The school, too, is the heart of our community and a constant reminder to me of the importance that everyone has access to free public education or affordable education when they go on to get a higher degree. We are vigilant about keeping our school open, even though we have the smallest high school graduating class in the state. 5 students is our average. But we know that if every young person doesn't get a good start in life, what kind of neighbors and coworkers will we have in the future to sustain a healthy way of life? Some of our young people move on to interesting careers in other communities, but a surprising number come back to work at a variety of jobs from fishermen to plumbers, teachers to shopkeepers, and some get creative and use the island as a base for writing, filmmaking, painting, or boat building. Watching our young people move back home because they want to live in a community where people care about each other and keep an eye on each other, young and old, has taught me one of my greatest life lessons. If you can't live and work in a community, whether it's a small, isolated town like mine, a neighborhood of a big city, or if you view your community as our entire state and country, but if we don't believe that we're in a community where we're all in this together and we have to keep our focus on what is good for everyone, then life has little meaning, and frankly, our culture has little purpose or soul. I wish for all of you an opportunity to take what you have learned and be a productive part of a community, to do productive work that supports your friends and neighbors and allows you the satisfaction of sharing in a good life and a promising future with others. I know you've gotten a great education, and you have learned in a wonderful community. And while we all know that there will be challenges and obstacles ahead, you could have had no better preparation in no better place. And today, you are in a room full of people who are going to keep pulling for you and cheering your success for a long time to come. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Congresswoman Pingree, for your inspiring words, and we are happy to welcome you to our UNE community. I would now like to ask Provost Jack Williams to present the degree candidates.
Welcome. As we begin the conferral of degrees, we ask that everyone in the audience please hold your applause until we have recognized and awarded all degrees from all colleges. Thank you. Will the candidates for the degrees of Associate in Applied Science, Associate in Science, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, please rise and remain standing. President Rippich, College of Arts and Sciences Dean Jeannie Hay, Westbrook College of Health Professions Dean David Ward, and the Office of the Provost are privileged to present to you the University of New England undergraduate degree candidates for the year 2012. These scholars assembled here have qualified in all respects for degrees by completing the curricula offered by the University of New England. The faculty and Board of Trustees have recommended that they be awarded their degrees in recognition of their accomplishments. Will the marshals please conduct the candidates to the platform?
Westbrook College of Health Professions, Associate in Applied Science, Department of Nursing. Catherine V. Anderson, magna cum laude. Brittany Jordan Charette. Heather J. Dozwa. Sarah Marie Field. Caroline M. Frank, cum laude. Cara N. Gagnon, magna cum laude. Brianna M. Haskins Belanger, cum laude. Rebecca Hershey, cum laude. Renata Mae Killinger, cum laude. Lee Lamore. Sarah L. Lahu, magna cum laude. Teeth Malaya Lewis, cum laude. Jill Michelle Lundeen. Diana A. McDonald, cum laude. Ashley Lynn McAllister. Leah Danielle McGrath, magna cum laude. Samantha Adele Magnaginnis, cum laude. Artie A. Patel, cum laude. Danielle Antoinette Pica, cum laude. Elizabeth R. Quint, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Richardson, magna cum laude. Roxanne L. Ricker. Judy Marie Rhesus, cum laude. Margot Meredith Russell, cum laude. Sandra Veronica Sace, cum laude. Nicole Nancy Otelia Scott, cum laude. Edie Steele. Jacqueline Page Strawley, cum laude. Sarah Winifred Tozier, summa cum laude. Associate in Science, Department of Dental Hygiene, Shauna L. Albert, cum laude. Allison Sutton Bagonzi, cum laude. Chelsea Jane Bissonette. Lindsay M. Blake, summa cum laude. Danielle C. Brown. Andy Canny, cum laude. Amber R. Casper, cum laude. Carson M. Dorsey. Stephanie C. Ensom, cum laude. Abby Michelle Grant, cum laude. Ashley M. Hickey, cum laude. Audrey Nicole Higgins. Alyssa Gail Johnson, cum laude. Britta Noel Lovejoy. Lindsay Mank, cum laude. Tessa Whitney Mann, cum laude. Sarah Margaret Martin, magna cum laude. Amanda L. Monty Bissonette, cum laude. Sarah Kathleen Minahan, cum laude. Julie Marie Netto, cum laude. Kelsey Palenio, cum laude. Vanessa Pettit, cum laude. Ashley Nicole Prashan, magna cum laude. Chelsea Lee Stryker, magna cum laude. Kimberly Marie Zink, cum laude. Bachelor of Science, Department of Dental Hygiene. Briley Elizabeth Bailey, magna cum laude. Jennifer Lee Shimatara. Caitlin Marie DeVoe, cum laude. Kayla Marie Dunlap, magna cum laude. Alyssa Ray Filion, cum laude. Natasha Jolene Furbush. Catherine Grace Gray, cum laude. Leah Ingraham. Alyssa R. Kickline, magna cum laude. Rebecca Lee Lake. Emily A. Rochette, magna cum laude. Caitlin Sherlock, cum laude. Kimberly Marie Sims. Emily Ann Susi, summa cum laude. Amberlise M. Susi, summa cum laude. Brittany Swan, magna cum laude.
Department of Exercise and Sport Performance. Jennifer Laura Barton, summa cum laude. Julie Bigelow. Benjamin C. Blanchette, magna cum laude. Kyle J. Brown, cum laude. Alexandra A. Regan Bushway, cum laude. Travis J. Kerrigan. Miranda Fox Carlson, cum laude. Anthony Joseph Casale. Daniel P. Casey. Jessica L. Chamberlain. Danielle Marie Cook. Joanna Corp, magna cum laude. Casey Alexander Cottle, cum laude. Nicholas Gerald Cusick. Britton Doig. Charles Francis Dowd, summa cum laude. Rachel Mary Furland, magna cum laude. Savannah Rose Ford, cum laude. Nicole Marie Fortunato, cum laude. Amelia A. Foster, magna cum laude. Megan Elizabeth Gilbert, cum laude. Ashley J. Gott, cum laude. Travis Paul Garrett. Rebecca Elizabeth Hassan, cum laude. Justine Marie Higgins. Kyle William Hiller, cum laude. Matthew David Jackson. Ryan Nicholas Keith. Tyler Michael Kimbar, cum laude. Alicia M. Laflamme, cum laude. Tyler J. Langill. Rebecca Lynn LeBlanc. Stacy Marie Lee, magna cum laude. Jonathan A. Lyons. Kyle Andrew McLennan. Shannon Hillary Martin, magna cum laude. Nicole Jeanette Mercier. Alessandra Filomeno Montecalvo, magna cum laude. Chelsea R. Morse, cum laude. Christopher N. Nilsson, cum laude. Ian A. Oliver. Kirsten C. Olson. Michelle Emily Ann Oswald. Kelly E. Parody, cum laude. Brian Christopher Parsons, cum laude. Brittany Lynn Pelkey. Nicholas Vernon Francis Peter, cum laude. Zachary Robert Pinkham. Jillian Marie Rancourt. Alice Jennifer Parrish Reed. Sarah Nicole Rowe, cum laude. Sarah Richardson. Devin D. Sargent. Sarah M. Shea. Brett Sullivan, cum laude. Howard William Taberge, summa cum laude. Brianna Alexis Tupper, magna cum laude. Matt J. Viega. Elizabeth Lynn Vinal, magna cum laude. Zachary Richardson Wagner, summa cum laude. Benjamin S. Walker. Elizabeth E. Wareham. Sarah Bethany Watterson, magna cum laude. Emily Janine Wynn. Jessica Marie Woodworth, magna cum laude. Department of Nursing. Megan J. Chandler, magna cum laude, Maroon Award. Department of Occupational Therapy. Matthew Stephen Capaldo, cum laude. Brianne Francis Clausen. Raylene E. Kopp. Anna Shea Caridian, summa cum laude. Alyssa Jean Dumond, cum laude. Alyssa L. Fastnacht, summa cum laude. Jennifer Freeman, cum laude. Haley Fawn Frizzell, summa cum laude. Christine L. Garbiano, cum laude. Brianna Michelle Gibson, summa cum laude. Catherine Meline Haydock, cum laude. Kelsey Lynn Isham, summa cum laude. Kesley Kelly, magna cum laude. David Labreck. Ashley Ann Lapointe, cum laude. Rachel Ann Leonardo, magna cum laude. Aaron E. Lyons, magna cum laude. Taylor Elizabeth McLean, cum laude. Abby Beth Mills. Andrea Lee Morrissey. Jessica Mary Netto. Rebecca Marie Newts, cum laude. Caitlin O'Connell, cum laude. Catherine Ann Park. Stephanie Jane Pelletier, cum laude. Corinne Elise Perry. Laurel Beth Rink, magna cum laude. Megan A. Roy. Allison N. Travnik. Megan C. Tweedy, summa cum laude. Erica Jean Wales. Ashley Ann York.
College of Arts and Sciences, Bachelor of Arts. Department of Business and Communications. Christian Alexander Banderek. Matthew J. Biot. Michael A. DePice, cum laude. Erica Ann McDonald. Tristan M. Rowe, cum laude. Department of Creative and Fine Arts. Jacqueline M. Desmond. Kevin A. Fisher. Kylie Rose Flourier. Julia Keene. Paisley Marie Richard, cum laude. Department of English and Language Studies. John Leonard Miller, magna cum laude. Erin Christine Ward, summa cum laude. Department of History. Robert Joseph Butch. Jennifer J. Cox, cum laude. James Edward Egan. Anthony M. Gowell. Justin Hastings, cum laude. Brittany J. Mayu. Jonathan R. Planer. Matthew M. Santos. Department of Interdisciplinary Majors. Scott M. McManaman, magna cum laude. Ryan Scott Philbrick. Department of Political Science. Matthew E. Anderson, magna cum laude. Zachary Aaron Gilday. Joseph G. Gauss, summa cum laude, Cass Honors Program. Roman Krumishkin. Catherine Phyllis Leiden. Courtney Lynn Mellon. Chase Fred Sheaf, magna cum laude. Whitney D. Underwood. Marcus Irving Johnson Wynn, Sr. Department of Psychology. Alicia M. Agana, summa cum laude. Rose Mary Ashner, cum laude. Julie Ann Barker. Lauren Amy Barton, magna cum laude. Nicholas J. Blunier. Bruce F. Breedlove. Brendan Robert Brickley, summa cum laude. Tara Forsyth Cornell. April J. Deemer, magna cum laude. Joshua Francis Dutton. Jesselyn E. Dvorak. Brandon Pride Hotham, magna cum laude. Caitlin Irene Callback, magna cum laude. Bethany Ann Kay, magna cum laude. Megan Aileen McCann, magna cum laude. Mallory M. Morin. Brittany Lynn Morley, summa cum laude, Cass Honors Program. Erin Rose Murphy. Amanda L. Scarponi. Rebecca Christine Shedden. Department of Sociology, John Nicholas Garcia. Peter James Landry. Stephanie R. Tamulonis, summa cum laude. Bachelor of Science, Department of Biological Sciences. David M. Alcala, Jr. Jessica L. Archer, magna cum laude. Sean Daniel Aubin. Madeline A. Aylward, summa cum laude. Megan Marie Bagden. Julia Lee Beeman. Megan R. Byer, summa cum laude. Stephen John Blackwell, cum laude. Daniel Barizo, cum laude. Natalie K. Breton. Courtney E. Brown, magna cum laude. Chelsea Ann Bunker, magna cum laude. Chelsea Morgan Cathcart, cum laude. Melissa M. Chenard. Rebecca E. Chenard, summa cum laude. Philip J. Cook, cum laude. Kevin J. Cooper. Kyle Raymond Cornell, magna cum laude. Jacqueline Ray Cody. Jessica Danielle Cranny. Maria Rachel Danellis, magna cum laude. Jonathan Douglas Dupuy, cum laude. Ashley Ray Elwell, cum laude. Michael Joseph Fonterre. Michelle E. Forbes, cum laude. Stephanie Lynn Forget. Jacqueline E. Foskett, summa cum laude. Ludmilla Miranda Fraga. Rebecca Ann Hazard, cum laude. Eric Matthew Hines, cum laude. Julie Elizabeth Hinkle, summa cum laude. Samantha Huckridge. Sarah Ann Homich, summa cum laude. Sherwa Hussein Ali. Megan Johnson, summa cum laude. Allison Rose Joyce, cum laude. Emily Ray Carperis. Elizabeth Grace Kelly, magna cum laude. Veneranda Gaida Kerway. Eric Johannes Kona. Justin Eric LaChance. Alvin Lam, cum laude. Kelly Dawn La Rochelle. Kyle Limatainen. Sarah W. Lurvy, magna cum laude. Marie Ashley Mantelli, cum laude. Chelsea Elizabeth Martin, magna cum laude. Patricia Joan McLaughlin, magna cum laude. Melissa Francis Newman. Sean Brian O'Leary. Nathan Thomas O'Neill, cum laude. Bosco Aringa. Samantha L. Owen. Olivia M. Paquette, magna cum laude. Jessica Jean Partlow, summa cum laude. Drew Crosby Ramsey, summa cum laude. Abigail Elizabeth Raymond, magna cum laude. Amber Wrighton. Pedro Alberto Revelorio. Jared M. Rossignol, magna cum laude. Audrey L. Rowan, magna cum laude. Michael C. Sang. Benjamin P. Sarl. Kelly Marie Smith. Travis Scott Smith, summa cum laude. Nicole Aaron St. Hilaire. Kyle A. Tesserero. Jana Ellen Thompson, summa cum laude. Casey Ann Toombs, magna cum laude, Cass Honors Program. Ashley M. Treniello, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Tripp, magna cum laude. Aubrey S. White. Molly Marie White, magna cum laude. Christopher Wolf, magna cum laude. Panya Yang. Allison Pailum Yuen. Ying Zhang.
Department of Business and Communications, Griffin L. Andrews. Derek Anthony Arnold. Lauren Ashley Ball, summa cum laude. Ryan James Bluen. Matthew J. Bonapani. Nicole Kerr, cum laude. Jennifer Laurie Chrisman, summa cum laude. Holstead Thomas Cox, cum laude. Edward J. Fabian III, magna cum laude. Emily A. Fougier, cum laude. Jenna J. Foy. Nathan M. Frechette. Brian K. Jones II. Haliona Namhainimbu, cum laude. Shannon V. Nealon, cum laude. Nicholas Patrick Ostrander, summa cum laude. Kyle R. Palumbo. Carriana Pelletier, magna cum laude. Robert David Picking. Stephen H. Smith. Jordan Joseph Stinglin, cum laude. Kathleen Alice Sweetser. Charles H. Taylor. Michael John Tiano. Channing T. Toby. I got it. Igor Yegorichev. Department of Chemistry and Physics, Vernon Chan, summa cum laude, CAS Honors Program. Katie Eileen Edwards. Elizabeth Ann Fisher, magna cum laude. Ian Patrick Imbert. Abby L. Jones, cum laude. Emilia Y. Lee. Ashley Jane Moulton. Mary Jean Orr. Josefina Vera Papalia. Department of Education. Brianna Wai-san Chu, summa cum laude, College of Arts and Sciences, Honors Program. Frederick William Conley, Jr. Colleen Cassidy Fairbrother, cum laude. Sarah A. Giuliano. Jessica Holly Hamill, cum laude. Stephanie Ann Hewitt, magna cum laude. Marielle Catherine Leonard, magna cum laude. Mark Anthony Vitagliano. Department of Environmental Studies, Alyssa Ann Barton. Adrian Flora Bachenko. Caitlin M. Karen, cum laude. Cody Cretion, magna cum laude. Emily Kathleen Curley. Lauren Marie Domenico. Christopher Anthony Ferranti, Jr. Corey McGill French, cum laude. Hannah Cook Goodnow. Marissa L. Hammond, magna cum laude. Christopher D. Kelly. Ryan Carr Kingston, summa cum laude. Kimberly June Lee. Hannah Lapomi. Megan Marie Lynch. David Glenn Perkins, cum laude. Scott D. Stevens. Evan James Stonebreaker. Riley V. Sullivan. Rachel A. Tamulonis, summa cum laude. Department of Marine Sciences. Samantha Marie Asarian, magna cum laude. Abby Rose Bennett. Jacqueline M. Boudreau. Tyler Andrew Brown, summa cum laude, College of Arts and Sciences Honors Program. Emily E. Brzicki. Patrick John Burnham, cum laude. Carson M. Coutre, magna cum laude, College of Arts and Sciences Honors Program. Daniel Crea, summa cum laude, College of Arts and Sciences Honors Program. Tiffany Marie Davenport, cum laude. Perry J. Fine, cum laude. Brittany A. Foley. Kylie Jane Galliani. Geneva Nicole Guinea. Evan P. Hernerberry. Caitlin Ann Hook. Margaret Hutton, summa cum laude, College of Arts and Sciences Honors Program. Erin Constance Clem. Ryan J. Noddick, magna cum laude, College of Arts and Sciences Honors Program. Erica Elizabeth Kovacs. Rebecca E. Linder. Zachary A. May. Noreen Nicole McLeod, cum laude. Eric B. Pepin. Stephanie Rose Petrus. Nathan Riley Porter. Brittany A. Pryor. Brianna M. Simoni, cum laude. Ellen Marie Shores, summa cum laude. Christopher Matthew Smith, cum laude. Fabian Henry Smith. Kelsey Thompson, magna cum laude. Nicole E. Vassapoli. Ariel Jazz White. Megan Wood, magna cum laude. David Ryan Woods. Department of Psychology. Stephen T. Barton. Harmony Bruin Bell. Christina M. Buckman, summa cum laude. Kristen Catrano, cum laude. Scott Daniel Deshane, cum laude. Julio Cesar Dutra, cum laude. Jordan J. Falloon, summa cum laude. Julissa Renee Good, cum laude. Elise LeBeau Johnson, cum laude. Samantha Elizabeth Kelly. Lisa Lynn Manchin. Evan M. Paterno. Megan K. Richard, cum laude. Elisa Marie Russell, cum laude. Lauren Stevenson. Sarah Winchenbach, summa cum laude. Dr. Rippich, all candidates for the degrees of Associate in Applied Science, Associate in Science, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Arts have now been presented.
Will all candidates for the degrees of Associate in Applied Science, Associate in Science, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Arts please rise and remain standing? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of New England and by the vote of your faculty, I do hereby confer upon you your degree with all the rights, privileges, responsibilities appertaining thereto. Welcome, graduates, to the Fellowship of Educated Men and Women. You may now be seated.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Master of Science in Occupational Therapy, Master of Science in Physician Assistant, Master of Social Work, Master of Science in Marine Sciences, Master of Science in Education, Master of Public Health, Master of Science in Medical Education Leadership, and candidates for the Certificate of Advanced Graduate Study in Educational Leadership, please rise and remain standing. President Rippage, College of Arts and Sciences Dean Jeannie Hay, Westbrook College of Health Professions Dean David Ward, College of Osteopathic Medicine Dean Mark Hahn, College of Graduate Studies Dean Timothy Ford, and the Office of the Provost are privileged to present to you the graduate degree candidates for the year 2012. These scholars assembled here have qualified in all respects for degrees by completing the curricula offered by the University of New England. The faculty and Board of Trustees have recommended that they be awarded their degree in recognition of their accomplishments. Will the marshals please conduct the candidates to the platform?
Westbrook College of Health Professions, Master of Science, Occupational Therapy, Allie K. Arsenault. Bethany T. Augustoni. Elise Nielsen Bartholomew. Tara Jane Bissett. Julia A. Bolduck. Caitlin Teresa Brems. Cassandra Britton. Sarah Elizabeth Bujold. Jana Durling Campbell. Stephanie L. Karen. Karen Nicole Cartledge. Laura Marie Costin. Angela M. DeMello. Holly Kristen Dubuque. Benjamin P. Erskine. Aurora Marie Frank. Alicia Gardner. Catherine Colleen Gillis. Devin M. Gilman. Michelle E. Goulet. Kate McLean Hanrahan. Jamie M. Hoffman. Allison C. Jenks. Kelly Ann Keeman. Kristen Lynn Kelly. Tanisha C. LaCroix. Kelly Ann Lanny. Janine M. LaJudice. Kate Elizabeth Mooney. April J. Morose. Christina May Murray. Jeremy Scott Odell. Melissa Lorna O'Malley. Amanda Ray Perrin. Caroline Page Finney. Brianna R. Pierce. Caitlin J. Shimamura. Courtney Schufelt. Ashley Lynn Sinkowitz. Whitney F. Tastenson. Caitlin Carter Townsend, Faculty Cup Award. Anna Catherine Welch. Aubrey L. Whittemore. Brianna Sue Euland. Physician Assistant Pamela Lynn Adams. Ashley Nicole Berger. Sebastian Francis Duclo. Kathleen M. Garbadino. Craig A. Hardy. Emily B. Heinman. Shamia Lynn Hunt. Alexander Johansson. Gita P. Kulkarni. Sharon Gwendolyn Lamont. Charity Lauer. James Michael Mabry. Catherine J. McInnes. Catherine Nicole Morin. Amy Patrick. Heather Ray Richards. Erica C. Schlackman. Maya Rebecca Schramm. Jennifer A. Sylvia. Kieran Irene Thacker. Master of Social Work, Jennifer T. Andrade. Catherine Elizabeth Case. Joanna Lynn Chevery. Mary Catherine Cook. Holly Joy Donovan. Emily T. Elliott. Eric Esty. Beth E. Fawcett. Wendy L. Flaherty. Charmaine Haley. Shannon M. Hammeister. Whitney Celeste Kelbaugh. Susan Levitt. Heidi B. Mitchell. Bethany Mulkern. Maureen Elizabeth Nagy. Tyler Aaron Parkwell. Robert Murray Ridlin. Courtney Ann Rohr. Carol Squires. Sundram David Stanley. Teresa Francis Trombley. Jane Tull Watson. LaShondre Dalisha Weidman.
College of Arts and Sciences, Master of Science, Marine Sciences. Kylie H. Bloodsworth. Vanessa June Maples O'Donnell. Anne A. Prochaska. Megan Alexandra Sims. Aaron Barrett Wilkinson. Master of Science in Education, Vicki Hull Adams. Jessica Ann Bearhold. Deanne Alicia Reichard. Natalie Phoenix Bowman. Christina Marie Boyer Thompson. Maria D. Bueno. Paula Ann Carnes. Lucia G. Kavanaugh. Deborah Susan DeStefano. Lynn Carey Edler. Jane Teresa Fazzi. Nicole A. Fraley. Charlene Gearhart. Michelle Ann Hooper. Kathleen Elizabeth Iverson. Donna Christine Johnson. Stacy Monique Jones. Golena Kamongo. Sheila Bridget Keller. Robert Kenneth Wayne Mitten III. Scott M. Pease. Sarah E. Pike. Carrie Ruff. Derry M. Saunders. Amy P. Simino. Lisa Marie Skinner. Holly Allison Smart. Timothy Gerard Smith. Kelly Jane Tatro. Abigail Joan Trask. Jennifer Ann Ulrich. College of Graduate Studies, Master of Public Health. Jovine Menuninga Bayungaga. Adair Luis Carty. Valerie Ann Costello. Rachel Lynn Crow. Patrick W. McCarthy. Comfort Onenji Alatinji. Sarah Honora McCarthy. Alexandra T. Silber. Shanti Varogis. Lori S. Wolanski.
College of Osteopathic Medicine, Master of Science in Medical Education Leadership, James Richard Krebs. Daniel A. McCool. Raju Panta. College of Arts and Sciences, Certificate of Advanced Graduate Study, Education, Adam B. Houghton.
Mary E. Bishop. Kimberly H. Jackal. James E. Scott. Michael C. Tyler. James Richard Anderson. Charity Amaral Williams. Dr. Rippich, all candidates for master's degrees and Certificate of Advanced Graduate Studies in Educational Leadership have now been presented.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Master in Science in Occupational Therapy, Master of Science in Physician Assistant, Master of Social Work, Master of Science in Marine Sciences, Master of Science in Education, Master of Public Health, Master of Science in Medical Educational Leadership, and candidates for the Certificate of Advanced Graduate Study in Educational Leadership, please rise and remain standing. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of New England, and by the vote of your faculty, I do hereby confer upon you the degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto, and I welcome you graduates to the community of learned men and women. Congratulations. You may now be seated.
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Physical Therapy please rise and remain standing? President Rippich, Westbrook College of Health Professions Dean David Ward, and the Office of the Provost are privileged to present to you the Doctor of Physical Therapy degree candidates for the year 2012. These scholars assembled here have qualified in all respects for degrees by completing the curricula offered by the University of New England. The faculty and Board of Trustees have recommended that they be awarded their degrees in recognition of their accomplishments. Will the marshals please conduct the candidates to the platform?
Westbrook College of Health Professions, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Faith McElveen Berryman. Rachel Lucille Baton. Michael Walter Brian Breezak. Michael F. Cashin. Robert G. Cochrane. Stacy L. Croft. Christina Elizabeth Cronin. Ashley Catherine D. Pasquale. Caitlin A. Duchesne. Julia Catherine Dunphy. Samantha Lynn Ellis. Lorelei Lynn Franklin. Gary Richard Fry. Heather Caitlin Ganter. Allison Harvey. Christine Sarah Hill. Jordan Andrew Hill. Courtney Kretchkin. Allison K. Lewis. Kendra Elizabeth McBride. Caitlin Ray Mahoney. Stephen Paul Marcil. Brian David McNeely. Sarah Elizabeth Melroy. Miles M. Morneau. Robert Kenneth Andrew Morrison. Megan Lee O'Brien. Sean William Paquette. Laura Jane Peasley. Deidre L. Pelletier. Matthew J. Ross. Eric David Santos. Sean Dylan Shields. Jessica Lee Silvio. Richard Lee Spencer, Jr. Allison Nicole St. Genos. Jillian Sun Steenberg. Marissa Dean Stewart. Hillary Laura Stornelli. Scott Michael Strasser. Jennifer Lynn Tripp. Jennifer Starr Vance. Stephanie Elizabeth Wheeler. Heather Bishop White. Megan Catherine Wyand. Michael Robert Wynot. Dr. Rippich, all candidates for the Doctor of Physical Therapy degree have now been presented.
Will the candidates for the degree of the Doctor of Physical Therapy please rise and remain standing? By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of New England and by the vote of your faculty, I do hereby confer upon you the Doctorate of Physical Therapy degree with all the rights, privileges, responsibilities appertaining thereto. And I welcome you graduates to the universal community of scholars. You may now be seated.
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine please rise and remain standing? President Rippich, College of Osteopathic Medicine Dean Mark Hahn, and the Office of the Provost are privileged to present to you the Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine degree candidates for the year 2012. These scholars assembled here have qualified in all respects for degrees by completing the curricula offered by the University of New England. The faculty and Board of Trustees have recommended that they be awarded their degrees in completion of their accomplishments. Will the marshals please conduct the candidates to the platform?
College of Osteopathic Medicine, Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine. Peter N. Abdallah. Corey P. Anderson. Tricia Arno. Ross Evan Barker. Christine Bissett. John Paul Betancourt. Stacia Blyskill. Adam Labrie Burgoyne. Maria T. Boylan. Tina Bramonti. Samuel Luke Brown. Eve Solange Bruneau. Robin Kimberly Karen. Rudolph Andrew Cartier III. Lauren Elizabeth Cataldo. Adriana C. Isaki. Sung Hook Choi. Michael James Cloris. Christina Marie Coleman. Patrick William Conway. Jennifer L. Cook. David John Cormier. Jill M. Cotter. Elizabeth Calviello. Monica Lynn Daigle. Derek C. Davidson. Catherine Winifred Davies. Courtney Elizabeth Dean. Matthew Ryan DeLuzio. Catherine Susan Dodd. Kristen K. Donato. Robert Michael Duty. Carolyn Letty Ellis. Jennifer Rebecca Edmond. Daniel S. Evans. Catherine Leah Gassman. Walter Gear, Jr. Jamie Johnson Gellick. Megan Elise Germschein. Anthony Rocco Giovanni. Catherine Wakefield Graham. Gilbert James Green. Ryan Connor Gay. Earl Hahn. Jenica Ann Harmon. Catherine M. Harmony. Catherine Cycles Hayes. Paul James Hoffman. Heidi Houghton. Ross N. Isaki. Victoria Kathleen Johnson. Aaron Seth Carms. Danae Welcome Kirshner. Nina Coley. Amanda J. Cost. Hamang Mahesh Kutecha. David Francis Ladley. John Anthony Lapsinski. Philip Brett LaPlante. Hannah Patia Leahy. Chin Lee. Matthew B. Libby. Jennifer K. Lipka. Megan Nicole Locke. Eric John Lohman. Andrew Peter Lovett. Jennifer Jean Lunn. Nicholas Charles Madaffer. Elizabeth J. Mador. Samir Majumdar. Caitlin Manganarity. David J. Martin. Tyler Pierce Martin. Jean Johnson Matthew. Brianna McRae McDivitt. Stephen Matthew McGuire. Kevin Matthew McKelvey. David Charles Mila. Chelsea Reagan Michaud. Catherine Bianca Morgera. Joseph M. Mowry. Kristen A. Murphy. Lauren C. Nalaboff. Tu An Nguyen. Erin Elizabeth O'Shea. Ryan M. Polino. Robert Michael Parker. Amarilla S. Pasha. Pratish Patel. Mark S. Pedri. Nathan Walter Ponzit. Matthew James Paremba. Mauro Porta. Lauren Judith Brzezinski Field. Anjali Puji. Chad R. Prisatari. Natasha J. Pozencha. Sadia Kazi. Kathleen Ann Renzi. Maya Resnikovich. Zachary Trevor Ritz. Daniela M. Robinson. Tiara Gladys Sanborn. Alan Schleier. Alina Marie Schmidt. Joseph D. Scott. Swapnil Sharma. Thomas Andrew Sheasley. Kyle Silva. Aaron Michael Slabby. Jasmine Tia Smith. Sarah Elizabeth Sterling. Paul Stetziuk. Gregory A. Stevens. Sean Michael Stevenson. James Austin Stewart. Kristen Ann Stropnicki. Emily May Sullivan. Margot Brown Sullivan. Angelica I. Supancic. Sophie Ann Todd. Thierry Va. Alma Rowena Vallejo. Christine Hammond Vitor. Kenneth Joseph Vasali Jr. Kristen May Wagner. Christopher Joseph Waltrus. Lindsay Brooke Wilhelm. Elizabeth Ann Yakaitis. Anthony Joel Ewan. Danielle Christine Ewan. Dr. Rippich. All candidates for the Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine degree have now been presented.
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine please rise and remain standing? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of New England and by the vote of your faculty, I do hereby confer upon you the Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto, and I welcome you, graduates, to the community of physicians. You may now be seated. You may now be seated. I would like to congratulate all our graduates and introduce Megan Chandler, the bachelor's degree graduate and recipient of the Maroon Award, who will lead all of our students in the turning of the tassels.
Congrats, guys. We finally did it. Fellow classmates and now college graduates, please join me in turning our tassels.
Thank you very much, Megan. You have now officially moved from students to alumni of the University of New England, and we hope that each of you will become active participants in the University of New England's Alumni Association. And please know that now and forever you are a part of UNE. At this time, I would like to take a moment and share with you a poem that was published in this spring's issue of Zephyr, UNE's annual Journal of the Arts. It was written by a current student, Steve Holt, and I believe the message will resonate with many of you here, certainly the parents, and as it does with me. It is called A Head Full of Whys. Eager anticipation on our daughter's young face, the early September feels crisp and cool. It is our daughter's first time to school. With her heart wide open and a head full of whys, we stand in the doorway, her small hand in mine. There I quietly contemplate a troubling thought. It is a moment, sad or not, that makes its trace on her parents' hearts. The moment we say farewell to the baby and toddler, the one we cradled and coddled and taught to walk and talk. It is the moment we turn her over to the tutelage of others to begin the quest to find out the rest of what lies within and without. A journey that no doubt leads to a not-so-distant June day where the graduation march will play. And as I look into her eyes, I hope I see a heart wide open and a head full of whys. As I read this last month, I thought of all of you, and I want to thank you and thank Steve for giving us this gift of his poem. And our commencement ceremony is now closed. I ask the audience to remain standing while the academic procession leaves the area. And thank you again for attending and sharing this wonderful day with us.